Hello students, today I am going to discuss surge impedance loading of a transmission line. So today revision video is continuation to the previous video named surge impedance. In the previous video I had explained surge impedance of a transmission line. In this video I am going to explain surge impedance loading of a transmission line. In order to understand this concept clearly, surge impedance loading, the knowledge of surge impedance must be there. So that's why last time I had discussed this surge impedance. Now today I am discussing the surge impedance loading. So what we get from this topic, why this topic is beneficial to us. The reason is that in transmission line, there is one parameter called maximum power that can be transmitted through a transmission line. It is a very important aspect in design of transmission lines. What is the value of the maximum power that can be transferred through a transmission line? That value comes under the category. That value can be calculated under the topic surge impedance loading of a transmission line. सो इन नटशेल कितनी पावर हम ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं हमारी ट्रांसमिशन लाइन से द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ पावर कैन बी known from this topic named surge impedance loading. So before starting this topic, let us define what do you mean by surge impedance loading. So when we look at this definition, it is defined as the load of unity power factor that can be delivered by the line of negligible resistance. एक लोड है हमारा यूनिटी पावर फैक्टर का, ठीक है. लोड हमारा पावर फैक्टर से भी डिफाइन करते हैं, लेकिन लोड हमारा आइडियल है, एक यूनिटी पावर फैक्टर का लोड है. हाउ मच power can be delivered to meet that load through a transmission line is given by this formula named power transmitted equals to V square RL divided by Z0 megawatts, where VRL is the receiving end voltage in kilovolt and Z0 is the surge impedance in ohms. We know that we had learned in the previous video two formulas for surge impedance of a transmission line. The first formula is the ratio of the square root of the line impedance to the shunt admittance is known as surge impedance for a particular loss free transmission line. तो वो फॉर्मूला कन्वर्ट होता है, सर्ज इम्पीडेंस फॉर्मूला कैन बी रिटन एज ए रेशियो ऑफ स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ line inductance to the shunt capacitance, can also be referred for the surge impedance formula. So here the term PR, this is the receiving end voltage, this is the surge impedance. Z0 is represented by surge impedance, which we discussed yesterday. So here the term PR is called the surge impedance loading or natural power of the line. So you do not have to grab this formula how it is derivated. You just have a knowledge of simple formula of power for a AC circuit is VI cos phi. Cos phi is the power factor. Since in this particular explanation we had considered that our load is of unity power factor. So unity power factor load होता है कि फाई की वैल्यू 0 होती है और cos 0 की वैल्यू 1. मतलब यूनिटी पावर फैक्टर का वैल्यू होता है वैल्यू 1, cos phi की वैल्यू 1 होती है. When phi equals to 0, cos 0 equals to 1, it remains only Vi. If we multiply numerator and denominator by V, it doesn't matter. Both these values get cancelled out. So we can write it as V square multiplied by I by V. So V multiplied by this value V square multiplied by I by V. So we know the basic formula for impedance is voltage upon current. This is current upon voltage. So here I had write in the denominator the value of Z. So simply power can also be written as V square by Z. So here I am writing the same thing. PR is the surge impedance loading, V square divided by Z. This is receiving end line voltage and the surge impedance. From the expression 1, from the expression 1, we came to notice that the maximum power that can be transmitted through a transmission line depends on both the factors named surge impedance of the line and receiving end line voltage of the line. So if we increase the surge impedance of the line, the transmitted power get reduced. Or if we increase the receiving end voltage, the transmitted power can also get increased. So in the further proceeding, I am taking one by one. First, I am taking the example of VRL, then I am taking the example of surge impedance. दोनों पैरामीटर्स को मैंने डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करना. सबसे पहले मैं लूंगा VRL. So here the expression 1, this is expression 1, gives the limit of the maximum power that can be delivered by a line and is useful in design of transmission line. मतलब ये फॉर्मूला हमें ये बताता है कि मैक्सिमम पावर कितनी ट्रांसमिट हो सकती है हमारे ट्रांसमिशन लाइन से, और दैट कैन बी वेरी यूजफुल इन डिजाइन ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन लाइन एज स्टेटेड अर्लियर. सो द पावर ट्रांसमिटेड थ्रू अ ट्रांसमिशन लाइन कैन बी इंक्रीज्ड. ये वैल्यू कैसे इंक्रीज हो सकती है? जब व्हेन वी इंक्रीज द वैल्यू ऑफ रिसीविंग एंड वोल्टेज और बाय डिक्रीजिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ सर्ज इंपेडेंस. ठीक है, या तो इसको न्यूमरेटर को इंक्रीज कर दो या डिनोमिनेटर को रिड्यूस कर दो. इन दोनों फैक्टर से ही हमारी पावर ट्रांसमिशन की कैपेसिटी इंक्रीज होगी. सो व्हाट इट इज सेइंग इन द थर्ड स्टेप, नाउअडेज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, मतलब according to the need of electricity, day by day electricity needs are generating more and more. We want more electricity due to the advancement of the electronic devices. We need more and more electricity day by day. So it is somehow pressure on the power system lines to transmit, pressure on the generating companies to transmit maximum power through the transmission line. So कितनी maximum power transmit करनी, कुछ limit तो होगी ना. ठीक है, सो हमें उतनी ही पावर को ट्रांसमिट करना है जो हमारी रीजनेबल या एक्सेप्टेबल लिमिट्स के बीच हो. तो कितनी करनी है कितनी नहीं करनी है वो एक अलग टॉपिक है, वो उसमें ये सारे पैरामीटर्स डिस्कस होते हैं. सो इन द नेक्स्ट पैरा इट इज रिटन दैट, सो आई एम टेकिंग द एग्जांपल ऑफ I am explaining regarding the this there are two factors, receiving end voltage and surge impedance. I had explained VRL already. ठीक है, VRL मतलब कितनी ज़्यादा मैक्सिमम से मैक्सिमम पावर कितनी ट्रांसमिट कर सकते हैं, बट देयर मस्ट बी सम लिमिट. सो VRL must be in particular limits. So what about the Z0 surge impedance? In all the further points I am going to discuss regarding the surge impedance, how it can be reduced. So surge impedance can be reduced by two methods, named by the use of series capacitor or by the use of shunt capacitor. अगर हम ट्रांसमिशन लाइन में सीरीज कैपेसिटर लगाते हैं तो सर्ज इंपीडेंस कहीं ना कहीं रिड्यूस हो जाती है. अगर हम ट्रांसमिशन लाइन में शंट कैपेसिटर्स लगाते हैं फिर भी सर्ज इंपीडेंस रिड्यूस हो जाती है. लेकिन हमें इन दोनों पॉइंट्स को डिटेल में पढ़ना है. अगर दोनों में ही रिड्यूस होती है तो वाई सीरीज इज मोर प्रेफर्ड देन शंट, वी हैव टू एनालाइज. Next is if we reduce the spacing between the transmission lines, but the spacing depends on the value of the line voltage, so that factor cannot be reduced to much extent. So that factor doesn't play a major role in reducing the surge impedance. So the thing is, since the spacing between the conductors, which depends upon the line voltage, cannot be reduced much, so the value of surge impedance cannot be varied as much. By reducing the spacing between the line conductors, आप देखते हो 3 फेसेस होते हैं ट्रांसमिशन लाइन के. अगर हम दोनों फेसेस के बीच के डिस्टेंस को रिड्यूस कर दें तो कहीं ना कहीं हम सर्ज इम्पीडेंस को हम रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं, बट it is not going to help us. It is not going to vary the surge impedance to a greater extent, so that method is generally not employed. So there are some artificial means also. Artificial matlab by use of external devices like capacitors, series capacitors and shunt capacitors, both can be used to reduce the value of surge impedance. So in the next step, it is explaining for a low speed transmission line the value of impedance. I have discussed this thing in the starting of this video. The value of it for a particular loss-free transmission line. For a normal line, the value of surge impedance will be the square root of ratio of impedance, line impedance to the shunt admittance. But for a loss-free transmission line, surge impedance will be the square root of ratio of line inductance and the shunt capacitance. And the propagation constant limit is where this all propagation constant is gamma equals to j omega under root LC equals to j beta, where beta is the phase shift. So this beta parameter is very important now. So beta determines the torque angle between the, because beta is the value which determines the torque angle between the sending end voltage and receiving end voltage and hence the system stability. So system stability depends on a major extent on the value of beta. So अब देखना है कि अगर हमें यहाँ पे ये पता चलता है कि कैपेसिटर सीरीज में भी लगा सकते हैं, शंट में भी लगा सकते हैं, दोनों सर्ज इम्पीडेंस को रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं, लेकिन दोनों के इम्पैक्ट क्या है अब वन बाय वन हम वो डिस्कस करेंगे. By the use of series capacitor, surge impedance and phase shift get reduced due to the decrease of line inductance. Improves the system stability limit also. एक तरह से और capacitor is also useful for reducing line losses and voltage variations. But it causes difficulties. लेकिन ये एक condition में difficulty cause करता है under short circuit conditions of the system, as there is no satisfactory protection of capacitor against the short circuit conditions of the system. अगर हम सीरीज की जगह शंट को एम्प्लॉय करते हैं, शंट में क्या है, शंट will also reduce the surge impedance, but here the phase shift get increased that somehow temper the increase in value of capacitance, hence stability condition become worse. ठीक है, अगर हम सीरीज से करते हैं वो भी शंट इम्पीडेंस को रिड्यूस करता है, अगर हम शंट कैपेसिटर यूज करते हैं वो भी सर्ज इम्पीडेंस को रिड्यूस करते हैं, लेकिन वो कहीं ना कहीं हमारे फेज शिफ्ट को, फेज शिफ्ट इज द एंगल बिटवीन द सेंडिंग एंड वोल्टेज एंड रिसीविंग एंड वोल्टेज, कहीं ना कहीं उसको बढ़ा देता है, वो कहीं ना कहीं कैपेसिटेंस की वैल्यू को इंक्रीज कर देता है. दिस विल गोइंग टू हैम्पर द स्टेबिलिटी लिमिट्स. So if we use synchronous machine as a load, this will going to hamper the stability limits. So this method cannot be employed where stability limits are present. बिना stability limits के आप employ करो, लेकिन in the case of synchronous machines there are some stability limits. So for the particular category of those machines this method cannot be employed. ठीक है, सो हम कंक्लूड करते हैं. तो सर्ज इम्पीडेंस जनरली क्या होता है, किसी भी लाइन की कैपेसिटी को बढ़ाने के लिए एक फॉर्मूला ड्राइव होगा, सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग उसको कहते हैं PR से. सो अब सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग को दो तरीके से बढ़ाया जा सकता है, या तो रिसीविंग एंड वोल्टेज को इंक्रीज करें, लेकिन कहाँ तक इंक्रीज करना दैट विल मैटर, क्योंकि उसके कारण हमारे कंडक्टर का साइज, कंडक्टर का मटेरियल काफ़ी कुछ मैटर करेगा. हमारी ओवरऑल कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी ट्रांसमिट करने की पावर को. अगर हम वोल्टेज बढ़ाऊंगा कंडक्टर का, वो साइज भी तो बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. तो हम कहीं ना कहीं सर्ज इम्पीडेंस की तरफ देखते हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं सर्ज इम्पीडेंस से हमारा कहीं ना कहीं वोल्टेज लेवल इंक्रीज करे. सो बाय द यूज ऑफ कैपेसिटर्स वी कैन इजीली reduce the value of the surge impedance and reach the stability as well as increase the maximum power that can be transmitted through a transmission line. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video.